Hi, my name is David, and I'm going to walk you through how I solved the CSWA practice problem 10.3. So in this problem, the main feature we're going to use is a sweep, and that'll create most of this body here. And then for these little extra pieces, we're going to use an extrusion up to next, and then finally we'll finish it off with some fillets. But let's get started with the sweep. So for a sweep, we need two things. We need the path that the sweep is going to go along, and for that we're going to use this inner path right here. Because we have the radius of this arc, we have the radius of this arc, it's 9 and 9. We've got another vertical dimension here of 18, and we've got the distance between these two inner lines right here, it's 9. So we'll create that path, and then we'll go over and create the profile, and for that we're going to use this outer arc, or this outer, contour, because we have dimensions coming off of it, like the radius of 6, we've got this line is 3, and then we can use offset entities and create this other arc and cap it off with lines. Assuming SolidWorks doesn't crash like it did the last couple times I tried to record this video. Okay, with that said, let's get started. So we're going to start working in the top plane, and we're going to create a center line vertically with a length of 18. That was one of the distances that we mentioned earlier. So then we'll go into the line mode and start roughly sketching the path, out and in to switch to arc, out and in to switch to an arc, and then vertical line going up. And oh, we hit the tangency right there. Good. Okay. If we didn't, we would just fix it by adding a tangent relation right there. Okay, we'll select the center of the arc, control select the origin, and hit Alt D to make coincident. We'll make this radius 9, this radius 9, and we'll want to make sure that these tops of these lines are horizontal to this 18 dimension that we already set up. So make them horizontal. Okay, and then let's just make sure that these arcs are symmetric. So we can select all three, click Make Symmetric, and that's looking pretty good. One more thing to do is to set the width right here. So the distance between these inner lines here are 9. And now we're fully defined. So we can exit out of our sketch and start working on the profile in the right plane. For this, I'm going to create a center line going out to the left. Doesn't have to be any particular length. I'm just going to use it for symmetry. And then start drawing a rough sketch of this profile, of the contour from this profile. And we can start dimensioning it, so we know the distance across is 18. We can say this curve, this arc right here is 6, and this little line, oops, grab the point instead of the line. This little line has a length of 3. Now one of the things we want is we want this midpoint right here. I'm going to click on it. We want it to be coincident to this curve that's in another plane. So we can control click this curve right here, and you can see this make pierce relation is going to lock that point right there, that midpoint, onto this curve right here in the other plane. So onto that path. So it sort of like places it on the path. You can think of it as. Great. So we can then hit Control 8 to go back into normal view. And let's go ahead and make these arcs symmetric. Looking good. And then there's one last thing, which is this point we can move in and out. So we want to make sure that this line here and this line are equal in length. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to save because this is where SolidWorks was crashing on me before. So right click, select chain, go to offset entities. Please don't crash, please don't crash. We want a width of 2, Looks like it's in the right direction. We want to cap the ends with lines, hit enter, and now we've got our region. Save again. Start saving from this point on. All right. So now we want to take that region and sweep it about the path. So we'll go to Features, Swept Boss Base. We can choose the path. The profile is already lined up, so choose the path right here. You can see that it's only doing half of the path, but to make it bidirectional, so it sweeps in both directions, we can click on that little icon or right-click and select bidirectional. And that's looking good. So we'll hit enter. Save again out of paranoia. And now we're going to focus on these parts right here. So there are these extra parts that are not part of the sweep. The fillets we'll worry about later. We just need to create these extra parts right here. So what we'll do is we'll create a little rectangle right here and extrude it in this direction up to the next surface, which will go basically like this. And then it'll be tracking along this part of the sweep. So let's set up that little rectangle. We'll click on this face here and start a sketch. So you can see this is where the rectangle needs to be. We need to make sure that we're going to fill in this whole region right here in space. So let's go to a rectangle. We'll click on this corner, click on this corner. There's our rectangle. And now let's extrude in the opposite direction up to next. So it's just going to extrude until it hits that curved part of the sweep right there. So hit enter, and that's looking pretty good. Let's add the fillet right now. So the fillet has a radius of 4. And we're going to click on that edge. So now it's all nicely filleted. And now we're going to take those two features and start mirroring them about the right plane and also about the top plane. So everything's looking pretty good. We'll check our volume, 4605. Let's check over here, 4605 cubic millimeters. Looking very good. I will say again that when I tried to use the up to surface, maybe I didn't say this yet, but when I tried to use the up to surface extrusion, I got a different answer. I got 4606 cubic millimeters, at least when it worked. So I ended up just using up to next, and it seemed to get the correct volume, so I figured this is probably a good way to go too. All right, thanks so much for watching. Take care and keep studying.